Hello guys, it's Ryan Ho back with another video. Today I want to talk about the Etymotic ER2SE. Now the SE stands for Studio Edition, and these are a pair of in-ear earphones, and yeah, they're pretty great, but there's probably one flaw about them that you should know about. Now, before we start, please like and subscribe down below. It really helps my videos out. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so it would help a lot. And yeah, so let's first talk about the build quality. First thing is, you can see how they're very skinny, and they kind of they have to go really deep into your ear. But because they're really skinny and they're not really contoured to the shape of your ear, I find that they kind of can move a lot around unless you get them deep in your ear. So they can move a lot, which is kind of unfortunate. So they're not a stable fit. And of course, these on top are pretty comfortable and they fit really well. So comfort isn't an issue. I think it's just getting a consistent fit every single time without this thing sliding out. But yeah, and then the build quality is nothing special. I mean, these are made of metal up here, and then as you move down here, this is just a normal cable, nothing special. But yeah, and then it terminates into a 3.5 millimeter. So pretty standard plug that everyone has. Now, so the real question is, how do these sound, right? So in one way I can say is that these sound a little bass light, but overall a lot of clarity through the mids and the treble. It's very, very balanced in that area, but in the bass, I think it's actually lower than neutral. It's actually a little bass light in my opinion. And yeah, in the bass, I really feel like the sub bass of this is really missing. I feel like the sub bass is so low that you can barely even hear it. And I think that's one of the biggest weaknesses of this earphone. And then I also think that in the bass area, it's already light, but not only is it light, but it kind of lacks that physical feeling, that impact and that rumble. So the bass just you can hear the bass, but you can't feel the bass. There's no presence to it. I think that kind of thins out a lot of the music and kind of makes it lack that excitement that it needs. But then when you move to the mid-range for the vocals, male vocals, female vocals, and instruments, I think it does a very good job. Especially, I feel because of the bass is not highlighted, the male vocals really pop out and they kind of stand out and they sound very, very detailed as well. And the same thing for the female vocals and all the way up to the treble response. Everything is perfectly balanced in that region and is very just outstandingly detailed. I think they might be one of the most detailed earphones I've ever heard in those regions. And honestly, it's quite amazing considering that these cost about $100 and you can find them on sale for even less than that sometimes. And to me, they are some very, very detailed earphones that it's kind of crazy how detailed they are. And when it comes to kind of soundstage, it's just kind of it's an earphone. So it's nothing special, it's just very close to you. So comparing the ER2SE to the One More triple driver I have over here, I've had this thing for over 8 years, the One More triple driver, and it's touted on some websites as one of the best. However, when I put these side by side, they are two different products in my opinion. This is a bass light earphone that's kind of targeted more towards vocal mids and treble, versus this is a bass heavy earbud. But honestly, the technical performance of this earbud is far beyond the one more. It sounds so much more clear through the mids and the treble that the one more sounds like it's almost underwater compared to this. It's just so much more clear. It's kind of ridiculous. And it's funny because the ER2SEs are kind of $50 on Adorama if you can find a special deal, or if they're $100, right? Well, these are $80 normally. And yeah, for the price difference, they sound completely different. This is just so much more resolving. It's kind of ridiculous. But at the same time, I think if you like bass and you like that bass knob, I think the One More triple driver will be better for you. I think the happy medium will probably be this one that I review later because it has much more bass and retains a lot of aspects of this ER2SE's traits. in the conclusion, I think I would only recommend this earphone for people who aren't into bass heavy genres like pop or anything, because really I think that's the biggest downfall of this earphone. That's something else like these that I will review. These are the ER3XR, which means extended response, which really just means it has bass. Like this thing fixes all the problems I have with bass, and they're priced the same price at $100, and you can also find them a little cheaper in certain on sale sometimes. And if this is $100 and this is $100, I would definitely pick this one because it fixes a lot of that bass problem while maintaining much of the rest of the frequency response sounding just as good. Maybe you'll find out when I make that video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe down below. It really helps my videos out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.